Why, hello there everyone, this is Tanuki Tail, and I wanted to share my thoughts about a certain situation regarding Mortal Kombat 11 that's going on right now. So most of you probably know what I'm talking about already, but some of you may not, so I'm going to briefly describe what happened, and I'm also including a link to the original source in the description if you wanted to see it for yourself. Also, watch the entire video before you comment. I'm not trying to change anyone's minds necessarily, I'm merely wanting to encourage a civilized discussion about the topic, because everywhere on the internet I look where this is being talked about, it gets very toxic, which isn't surprising on the internet. It seems to always devolve into a matter of calling people that buy the game anyway beta cucks, and people that are now refusing to buy the game incels, so it's a lose-lose or a catch-22 if you actually care about what people call you. If you want to think about something critically and come to your own conclusions, you need to not care about the name-calling that's going on right now, but that also applies to anything, really. So the situation itself is that the lead art designer for Mortal Kombat 11 confirmed the other day a lot of people's suspicions that the female character designs have been intentionally toned down. The rationale is apparently to be more, quote, mature and respectful, end quote, and realistic. Another quote, you're not going to be showing so much skin, end quote. While that is one logic, although wrong if you know what they wear in the UFC, the double standard is obvious when the majority of the male roster is shirtless. I was talking about this the other day on my Twitch channel, and somebody noted that my UFC comparison isn't entirely convincing because the UFC is unarmed hand-to-hand combat, while some characters in Mortal Kombat fight with crazy powers like Raiden's lightning. I can say that is a good point, but I cannot buy what the art designer is saying because, like I already said, most of the male characters are exhibitionists, which is not consistent at all. I noticed that the most common critique of what I'm expressing right now is that these male fans are just being pervy, but it's not the designs themselves that bother me, it's the principle of the thing. Even before this article, I was not personally a fan of the new female designs like Jade, but that alone was never a deal breaker, because I gave NetherRealm Studios the benefit of the doubt that the toned down designs were purely an artistic choice rather than a political one. Other fans were worried that it was an attempt to appeal to a more SJW crowd, but I always thought that they were jumping to conclusions prematurely. I respect an artist's freedom to make whatever they want, whether it's super raunchy or super family friendly. On the other end of the spectrum, I did not dig the female designs in MK9 at all, because they were uninspired in my opinion and were just palette swaps of each other. But that's a matter of personal taste. However, I did respect that the artists made what they wanted. Likewise, if they wanted to dress all the females like nuns in MK11, I'd respect that too, so long as it's purely an artistic choice. I actually do like the designs from MKX. I think they struck a pretty good balance of aesthetic and believability in that one. It actually does make sense for some of the characters in MK11 to not be so risque. Sonya, for example, because she is military, but it seems incredibly out of character for someone like Jade to cover up so much. Jade has always been foxy, and she's practically a pole dancer with that bow staff. I actually do like Katana's new design, though. She does look pretty. They did a good job with her. Overall, this is insulting to fans, and particularly the female cosplayers that have been dressing up as these characters for years. For NetherRealm Studios to say that the female characters until now have been dressed like hoes, that's indirectly saying that these cosplayers have been dressing like hoes too. I don't know about you, but shaming your fan base doesn't seem like a very good marketing strategy to me. That's what I'd call this whole situation, extremely bad PR. I was initially going to share my thoughts on YouTube as soon as I saw this, but I wanted to wait a few days in case I would think of something else I'd want to include, which I did, and I also got to speak with others on Twitch and Twitter as well to get a sense of the current sentiments. That way I could consider a wide array of opinions before I finally made this video. It's a good thing that I waited a few days too, because I actually have a theory that they revealed the new character Cetrion now specifically to help extinguish the uproar. Cetrion is definitely the most feminine looking character in the game so far, so I think they were originally planning on revealing her at a later date, but decided to show her off now to prove that there actually are feminine-looking characters in the game. So, I'm probably still going to get the game, although this did make me think twice. After all, the art designer is only one person in a massive team that made this game, so I'm not going to let that ruin it for me. My favorite characters to play are males anyway, and they look amazing. Kotal Khan and Shao Kahn look glorious, bare chest and all. Whew, is it getting hot in here? Oh yeah, that reminds me. We can rule out that this endeavor was to combat unrealistic body standards. Every female in this game is flat as a board, and that's not representative of the population at all. Sorry to sound so pervy, but I had to rule that one out. Finally, I'd like to say that me buying the game is not me caving in. I'm still boycotting Nintendo Online, and if I'm willing to give up playing Mario Kart online for a principle, then I know I'm willing to give up Mortal Kombat. I have plenty of other fighting games I can play, like Soul Calibur. There's no double standard in that game. Everyone shows off their underwear in that one. That also brings up another point I want to make. The new Samurai Showdown game, aside from looking awesome, announced a new character recently. Here she is. Her name is Darlie Dagger, if I remember correctly. Does she look oppressed? No. A character can show off their body as an expression of confidence, so we can also rule out the thought that revealing designs are oppressive or objectifying. I still can't believe that a game franchise that used to pride itself on being so graphic that it literally provoked the creation of the ESRB is now concerned with showing too much skin. Anyways, I normally try to avoid more controversial topics like this one, but I'm already so invested in MK11 after playing the beta test, so I couldn't resist. Do share your thoughts, though. If you've thought of something I missed, do say it in the comments. Also, if you want to hang out with me live, you're welcome to the Twitch channel where I stream every week. So, bye for now.